The families of at least 26 people in Hodeidah, Yemen, are now planning their funerals. The victims were killed near the al-Thawrah hospital in the city center on Thursday. This, as the UN Special Envoy for Yemen announced he will host talks between the government and Houthi rebels in Geneva on September 6th.
These consultations will provide the opportunity for the parties, among other things, to discuss the framework for negotiations, to agree on relevant confidence-building measures and specific plans for moving the process forward.
Griffiths' argument, keeping Hodeidah open to delivery of humanitarian aid to millions of Yemenis, is important, but it's much more important to end the war. The UN's humanitarian aid chief described just how bad the situation has become for ordinary people.
3 years of conflict have left 2 million people displaced from their homes. 8.4 million people do not know where their next meal is coming from. And the worst cholera outbreak in the world occurred in Yemen last year, with 1.1 million cases. The humanitarian situation is indeed shocking, both in scale and severity. And these figures, they represent a call for urgent action.
The Saudi coalition, which backs the government of President Abdul Rabbo Mansur Hadi, and Iran, which gives the Houthis military support, are not invited to Griffiths' talks, but they'll probably go to Geneva to keep an eye on things. And then there's the U.S., under fire for giving military support to the Saudi coalition and a critic of Tehran's support for the Houthis. The U.S. ambassador used her Security Council remarks not only to chastise Iran for destabilizing Yemen, but also to send a message to Riyadh about its air war against the Houthis.
We've hit a new day now in Yemen, and we've hit a new sense of urgency in Yemen, that if this is what's starting to happen, civilians are at risk, infrastructure is at risk.
But in the last 3 years, at least 10,000 people have been killed in Yemen, another 40,000 injured. The risk for civilians already a reality. Rosiland, Al Jazeera, the United Nations.